Hey guys, so today we're going to look at how Messi, feints before, receiving the ball and also right after he touches the ball. So these aren't like clips aren't, the top highlights of Messi where he goes past, multiple defenders, but I think it's good to highlight because it helps them create space for himself, so he can either cross or pass to a teammate, or at the very least just not lose the ball. So you can see here the defender's really close to Messi. He's got his arm on his back, and he's near the box, so there's not a lot of space. So I find what I've mentioned before was like transition moves where you kind of do like a feint uh, or as such before you do the move when you get to the defender. Well, I find this is kind of the same way, especially when you don't have much space, because you can't really once you touch the ball you can't run onto the defender. So rather you kind of like do a feint before you receive the ball, or as you touch you do the feint and then you do maybe your other move like maybe another feint and go past. So let's play the clip first. So you see as the ball comes towards Messi, it kind of hops up, and then you see that foot. It's already up in the air like this, and then he hasn't touched the ball. That's where as soon as that's about where he touches the ball. You see where his right foot lands, that feinting foot. It's already out there, and he already makes that feint. I guess to create that pocket of space. You see how the defender's almost shifted over there a bit, so that gives him enough space to just maneuver there a little bit. And just for comparison, here's how I did it from receiving a pass to myself. Now, as you can see, like it's a lot slower, but I find good because this is the first time I'm really analyzing it this way. So I kind of like try to again have my foot angled up as like that as before, and then jump onto the ball. But you see, like my jump is a little too late, especially if I want to feint over there. So I jump, and that's when I touch, and see I have all this time to bring my foot over to the side there before going. So as you saw what Messi did. By the time he was here, his foot was already up in the air, and then as soon as he touches, his foot's almost on the ground to do the feint. So it's just very, very quick. I don't have too much time to swing my foot there. Now, on the other hand, sometimes Messi doesn't do as much of an aggressive feint. So if he does a similar foot motion as mine, not putting his foot off in the air too early, just a little feint over here would be good. So we'll see that in the next clip. Okay, so here's a clip of Messi in a similar situation where he's close to the box and the defender's close to him. So let's play the clip first. So as the ball comes towards Messi, Messi does do a bit of a hop like in the air, but you see his foot still on the ground. In the previous clip, he was doing more of an aggressive feint, probably because he could feel the defender's arm on his back, and he was a lot more aggressive. So he had to feint over there. So he had to jump earlier. But since he's not jumping early, he gets here, and so this is where his foot gets off the ground just a little bit. And again, you don't want to spend too much time swinging in front. So Messi just, you don't really, it's hard to see, but it just moves like maybe a few inches over to the side. And some other clips I've seen him, depending where the defender and the space is, moves forward maybe half a foot or more to the side. Depending, how on the angles. Here's another interesting clip I just want to point out. You see Messi running just to receive the ball, and he's not really anywhere near the ball, but you see Messi feint. So let's play the clip. Again, so Messi tries to receive the ball, but you see as Messi runs. Look, he's not really close to the ball, but rather than just almost like curving his run naturally and not really opening his hips or anything, you see that leg extend. He does a little feint there, and then you see he hops again with his foot again over there, and then tries to go in and get the tackle. So he doesn't just make feints just when he dribbles with the ball, but sometimes just to fool the defender to see where he's going, even if he's just trying to tackle the ball. And here's a clip of Messi throwing these feints before touching the ball, and he doesn't even just touch and control the ball, he actually flicks it onto a teammate. So here it is. Okay. So as Messi runs, you see there's first maybe like a shallow feint over there, and then maybe like a dribbling foot feint where he kind of like keeps his shoulder over there and stomps it in. That's what it kind of looks like, and then you see that's like a heavier feint over there, and then another heavy feint with the other foot before doing another feint, and then flicking it over to a teammate. Here's another example of Messi feinting right after receiving the ball. So as the ball approaches Messi, you see Messi's foot is still on the ground at this point, and then still there. And then since he didn't do that much of a feint, he does I guess spring forward a bit more, but his foot isn't out there, which we had to jump earlier. So his foot does end up going maybe a few feet in front. Now in this clip, watch how Messi, anticipates reaching the ball. You see, he kind of like hops, even though he doesn't receive the ball the first time, and then he hops again because he doesn't just receive the ball. He wants to hop onto it and then either do a slight feint or a more aggressive feint, depending how fast he's moving forward and how high he jumps and how early it is. So Messi, sees his teammate, and then you see he kind of just a little hop there. You see that hop because he anticipates the defender might pass, and I think it might be a bit different if the defender, or sorry, his teammate is a bit further away, so he can anticipate if the pass is coming to him well in advance. But if it's closer and it's a quick pass, he has to kind of anticipate before it actually happens. So as a result, he kind of does this little hop just in case he gets the ball, but he doesn't, and then runs a bit more, looks over, and then again hops there. Actually, does a bit of a feint over there first before, and then hops onto the ball before doing another feint right there, and then carrying on with the dribble.
Give it all you got and never back down. No, I'm never gonna stop, yeah. One shot, that's all you got. Take it right now before you get lost, yeah. One shot, that's all you got. Write your own story, you control the plot, yeah.